City lights blink, but they don't speak. Empty wallets, dreams looking weak. Concrete jungle where love takes a seat. Violence whispers, struggles on repeat. This is the life we know. The highs, the lows, the show. Hearts are heavy, pockets are light. Love's a candle.
Welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing? Love you all always. Thank you for my fans. Thank you for my viewers. I want you to watch this video because this is present day of what's going on today in our present time as far as the EBT situation has been going on. Check out the video.
The Trump administration asked the Supreme Court to immediately pause a federal judge's ruling that required the administration to fully fund SNAP for the month of November. And we just got word from the Supreme Court that they have granted the Trump administration's request. There are nearly 42 million Americans that rely on the SNAP program. Most of them, as I started the show talking about, children, seniors, or people with disabilities, families across the country. And while multiple states have already sent out some SNAP benefits to some of those people, and I'm not sure how they can be pulled back, hopefully they can't be, SNAP benefits are staggered. So some people get them on the 1st of the month, some on the 2nd, or the 3rd, or even the 28th.
Now, what I want to talk to you about is that before I talk about what this lady's saying or tell you about present time and what's going on, let me go back before EBT was even here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I want to talk to all my black folks because there's been, man, they was thriving between 1910 and 1920. Do you know how many black farmers there was owned and operated businesses? You know, before EBT even come along, you know what they was doing? They was trading back and forth with food, everything, making sure each other had what the other one didn't have. And man, you talking about black farming, they was killing it. I say it was about 900 to be exact. When I looked it up, it said 949,889 black farmers back between 1910 and 1920. And from that point on, they started making it, they started thriving, they was owning stuff like Wall Street, stuff like Rat Roll. I forget what county that's in, but that's another video. But even still, they was black-owned businesses lined up and down the street. They had parlors and grocery stores and all this kind of stuff. But the farmers, they had it all for themselves. And black people, the reason I'm talking to us is because this is the mindset that they had to thrive. And when they thrived, they either built their own homes back then, or they bought land and had homes put on it. But most of the time, back in 1910, 1920s, yeah, you done built your own house already. You already got your own land. But that goes to show us what we can do. Then they said we started thriving. Then it was, about the 1950s is when stuff started happening. They started having a war on how much land that the black man had. And the reason I say that, because back in the 1950s, let me look at my book right quick because I did my research. I want y'all to know that, hey, I'm not going to get on here saying nothing I can't research. It says the 1950s deed of title. And what that meant is that who actually owned the land that you had. Between the 1920s to the 1950s, I can just about imagine all what happened because according to Wikipedia, the reason why black businesses or black farmers started dropping off is because of the local white power and racism. And back then, there was big-ass racism going on. It was everywhere, especially towards colored skin. So you got to think about it. What they used to do back in the day, burn crosses on your yard, taunt you, make you feel bad, make you want to run, sell your property so you can go somewhere else so they can own it. Hey, when we start selling out between that time and that time, between the 20s and 1920s and 1950s, let me tell you what happened in between then. When they start making farmers sell their land, because we all lost 12 million acres of land. Just gave it up. Some of it they took. Then when they came out with the program, EBT program. 1939 was the year they came out with it. That's the year they implemented it. That's when everybody start putting down their shovels, start putting down their hoes, their rakes. You know, I ain't talking about no hole in the corner either. I'm talking about actual garden hoes. So, you know, you got to understand, back then we worked for what we had. And we was quite pleased come the end of the year because we had what we needed. We was able to provide for ourselves. When we going to get back to doing that? But from 1939 all the way up to now let me tell you a little bit something about something else. Do you know between 2008 and 2013, that's when we all had that recession before we started getting back on our feet between 2013 and 2018. Now, between 2013 and 2018, that's when they started seeing an increase in people starting to rely on government, starting to rely on having food stamps, not getting jobs. They start seeing people, hey, look, all kind of sides around hiring. Everybody hiring, but ain't nobody going to apply. So what they going to do in the first place, it just goes to show. I guarantee you, anybody in your house, in most of these homes, I guarantee you there's not a seed to plant. There's not a hole to be gardened with. There's not, they don't have anything, a shovel out there to till the ground. They don't have even the machines they got to do it with today, I guarantee you, because ain't nobody prepared. But we sit and rely on everything else. We can't rely on everybody else. When you really understand you can rely on yourselves and do better for yourselves, make tighter bonds. Look, we've had black-owned businesses. What happened? They came and took it, but guess what? We started to build it back. If we don't keep the same energy, the same focus, the same love that we have for each other back then, to go ahead and be able to thrive, we never will. The Bible said last should be first, first should be last. We walk down amongst bad hills, even ourselves. We did it to ourselves too, but I'm going to say this. Only thing we need to do, really, start buying back our land, even if we got to buy it. We've been around from day one. God was the first farmer, and he did it well. We started doing it behind him. Our father taught us well. Let's get back to doing it. Love you all. What do you think? Because the way I think is like this. We done grown lazy. We done grown too tired to even try anymore. What you gonna do now? Well, if they really cut them off. But the lady said that they're supposed to be bringing them back. All right, let's stop whining. Let's start preparing. Let's start moving forward and making sure we got shit for ourselves. Get back to farming. Get back to doing what you got to do. Rely on yourself and nobody else. Because the government damn sure ain't going to give it to you. You got to get it for yourself. You got the same 24 that I got. Hey, same opportunity. Love you all. Tell me what you think. But these are the facts, and that's just my opinion. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Why does love feel like a war?